Today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but in 2 states, the civil rights leader actually shares the holiday with Confederate General Robert E. Lee. In Alabama, one lawmaker is trying to change that.
State Representative John Rogers is leading that push, and he joins us now. Good to see you, sir.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
So, 2 very different figures in history, I guess, being celebrated on the same day. How did that happen?
Well, it was the state trying to save money, evidently, but I think it's, we're Alabama, and so therefore we always do things a little bit different. But Bill, I propose, what it does is separates those days, and without losing it, call the state one dime.
But, I think a lot of people would be even surprised that Robert E. Lee would have his own holiday. Why is there a Confederate holiday at all in some states?
Well, because of the fact that in Confederate states, they love Robert E. Lee, and so therefore I think what it does is it diminishes the holiday for both gentlemen. All you got to do is move Robert E. Lee's birthday to Confederate Memorial Day and leave Dr. King's birthday where it is. And I think that I can't imagine they're alive today they would be going to dinner together. So therefore I think it diminishes the holiday for both parties.
What's been the reaction, sir, to your proposal?
Well, what it is that since it does cause I'm getting support from the Daughters of the Confederacy. A lot of people who believe in the Confederacy want the days moved. They want a separate day for Robert E. Lee. They don't want to be associated with Dr. King, and so therefore I think it helps both parties. Like I said, I don't think they were living the day they'd be going to lunch together, because I just can't imagine. I think it gives more credibility to General Lee's birthday. It gives more credibility to Dr. King's.
Has anyone tried
to call the state one? It won't cause the state one dime. It won't cause us not any money because you don't have to create another holiday. So it won't cost the state any money. So therefore, it should be a no-brainer.
Right. So has anybody actually tried to do this before? Separate the 2 holidays?
Well, yes, but we tried one time before, but it costs money to create a separate holiday. So therefore, I had to figure a way where it wouldn't cost the state any money by creating a separate holiday. But before, we just separated days and try to put them on each person's birthday, which we can't do because it costs a lot more money to do it that way. But this way, it doesn't cost any money.
So let me ask you about your constituents and people across the state. Understanding that there have been some calls for Confederate statues to be removed, but that doesn't take into account the number of streets, the number of public squares, the number of parks that are named after leaders of the Confederacy. How do African Americans in your state, in your district, feel about driving on those streets and having their children playing in those parks? You mentioned that there are still some people who sort of want to celebrate the Confederacy.
Well, they don't like it. As a matter of fact, we've got a ruling from a judge that we can move the statues, and so therefore there will be a mad push in Birmingham to move the statues out of Lynn Park because of the fact that we got a federal ruling that a city can move a statue now. So that's been ruled by a judge. So therefore we're going to move the statues and try to move it to a Confederate park if necessary. So therefore we don't have to tear them down. We just move them. And if you live in a city, you got a right to pay taxes for what you want to pay taxes for. Somebody can't dictate to you what you pay taxes for. We should be paying taxes for Confederate statues. So
what's the reception been like for your proposal? Are you getting support?
Well, I'm getting a lot of support over the past week since it came knowledgeable to a lot of people. A lot of people call and say, John, we're with you. We're ready to do it. And I got some calls from the people on the Confederate side. They want it moved also. So therefore, we got a good chance this year. They don't want to be with Martin Luther King either. They think it's an insult to put Martin Luther King with General Lee also. So and on the other side, they feel like it's an insult to put Dr. King with General Lee. So therefore, both sides can be satisfied with this bill.
Indeed. There's an irony there, but it could be working in your favor.
Yeah. I mean, and on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day, let me just quote Dr. King in a speech that he delivered in Selma in 1965 when he said, "Let us march on the ballot boxes until all under Alabama's God's children will be able to walk the earth in decency and honor." It's got to be a little hard if the street or the square is named after somebody who tried to oppress you and tried to enslave you.
And that's the way people feel.
All right.
You summed it up very, very, very well.
All right, State Representative John Rogers, thank you, sir.
Thank you.